Uber Eats is loaded up with your favorites, so what's your number one? Is it a double bacon cheeseburger or mahi mahi tacos? All the foods you crave from the restaurants you love, all in one place. Tonight I'll be eating with Uber Eats. Order now. See Uber Eats app for availability.
University of Phoenix is awarding up to $1 million in new scholarships this month. If you've been waiting for an opportunity to go back to school, it's time to stop waiting. See what scholarship you may qualify for at phoenix.edu.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Charts and Chats episode 15. Let's just get straight into it. Right now, I'm waiting for my people to join for my mentorship. So when you hear me talking to people, that's what it is. If you want to know more about mentorship, the link is in my description. I'm going to make a video on my YouTube strictly for mentorship. So if you want to wait, then that's by all means, that's perfectly fine by me. But let's get right into this video. What's going on, guys? What's going on with this camera? What's this shit? There we go. Hopefully my camera don't be acting crazy today, guys. Because yesterday that shit was on some wild shit. And I just want to appreciate all my subscribers right now. We've been going crazy on these videos. Getting mad videos each day. Love the support, and I appreciate you guys very dearly. I kind of lowered the quality on my camera yesterday because I saw that many people were complaining about the quality. It was slowing down. I heard the audio was okay. But besides that, alright, while we're waiting for them to join, I'm just gonna get right on into it. So first things first, first thing I noticed is, let me take off the indicators. First thing I'm noticing is right here at 3 a.m. It looks like we had a false break scenario, which cleared these lows and then pushed it right back up. So already, this is a possible sign of the low of the day being created. So we could possibly be looking to catch a continuation move today, which would be my London continuation setup that I like to look for. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's keep in mind that anything can always happen. And if we continue to make the high during New York, there could be a possible chance that we can have a still reversal scenario. So let me not get ahead of myself. So first things first, I see that we had a false break scenario during London session right here. Cleared these lows. After we cleared these lows, we started to push up almost immediately. Let me mark up to 50% of the Asian range. Just like that. You guys can see it clearly. Cut that low. We still have this previous day low to target. We have this previous day high. These are all of our targets: previous day high, previous day low. We got this inner high and low, and we got this high low right here. And this is all of our areas of liquidity for now, and I'm pretty sure we won't have to make any other further areas of liquidity. So let's just have all these marked up. Boom, 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 boom. We have our 50% of the Asian range marked up. We're also going to pull our fib from this low of the London session to get an area where price is likely to continue to reverse. Okay, what am I? What's up, Martin?
What's up, Andre? How's your morning?
We doing good. We doing good.
Oh yeah, man. Ready to early bird gets the worm.
Of course, of course. I ain't go over too much so far.
Daily ranges.
I didn't even go over the daily yet either. I just went strictly over just 15, just going over everything I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
Here, I'll go over it again because I'm still gonna go over the daily. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to fix this camera during the weekend. This should be going slow. I thought I fixed it by lowering the quality a little bit. I don't even know. I think it's YouTube low key. Because the quality is good on here. Here. Cause look, I'm gonna put the camera on for zoom. I'm gonna let you see it. Look.
I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna go onto the YouTube right now and see how it looks like on the YouTube.
Yeah, like the video was good. The video and everything's good. The audio is good. It's just actual face cam. I don't know why. I think it's because I have so many apps open. I got Zoom, Trading View, my recording. I got MetaTrader 5, Telegram. All these units open. And I'm streaming. And I'm recording it at the same time.
And you got Trading View up, your live charts.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of things. Look.
What kind of computer do you have? Like, what's the processor?
So I only got a Mac. I don't got nothing crazy. Cause I don't be doing nothing but charts. Cause look.
No, that's not all you're doing, bro. You're doing Telegram.
Yeah.
You're doing live. You're doing YouTube. You're doing everything in the morning.
True. Like look at the camera. Now it's cool here. I don't know. It's just when I'm recording. This shit. Hey, fuck it. Who cares? I'll just leave.
Move to the dark side, back to what's it called? Windows i7 or something.
I'm finessing the system. I'm gonna use my Zoom as my webcam. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Found a way around it. That works.
I have my webcam over here on my laptop, and then I have my monitors right here. So I see. I need to buy like a webcam so I can have it facing me or something like that or whatever. But
Yeah, yes, right now it's good. It's good like that. But alright, let's get right on into it. So let me just take off all of this right here. So what's the first thing you notice? Okay, from here, this is everything that happened from 12 a.m. What's one thing that you noticed that happened from here to here in this little
made a new high and a new low, but it looked like it took out that no, there was you're on the 15-minute chart, so it's a little bit smaller.
Yeah,
It looks like it hit low and then started moving up.
okay. So the first thing that I notice is whenever you get on the chart, you want to look to see what happened during London session. So here, this box is the Asian range. Then this candle right here was London at 3 a.m. So if that gives you an idea. So look what happened. London, 3 a.m. Cleared these lows, traded up immediately, clearing these highs. So what does that mean if London had this false break scenario? What does that mean that has the possible chance of?
Well, London's gonna have some continuation, but I feel like it's probably gonna want to take some liquidity before that.
Okay, the way I'm looking at it, this is what I'm looking at from this time frame. So I pulled my fib from this London low. Why is this low important? Because this is the low that cleared this liquidity right here, pushed all the way up, cleared this top side liquidity. Now we're currently ranging inside of this 15-minute order block right here. You can see we're respecting it pretty well. So honestly, a simple setup that we'd be looking to take is a possible New York continuation. So all we would be waiting to do as of right now, we didn't even go over higher time frame. This is strictly just based off of looking for the setup that I like to see. So I'm gonna mark up when the 12 a.m. open was here. So, and you can see ideally the best trade scenario will be under the 12 a.m. get in at a retracement for this London continuation. So likely, this could have been a good move to catch here. Why? Because it came down, retested the Asian session high, came and rejected 38.20% from the fib that we had from this high that we created during the early New York session, from the low of the London session that took out this low, came down, respected it, had a little push higher. So this could have been a little scalp. Anyone was willing to take 60 pips, that's a lot, honestly. Easy 1-to-1. But honestly, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for it to come a little bit deeper to at least the 62%. Why am I going to wait for the 62%? Because I know there's a lot more confluence here. We have the 50% of the Asian range. We have the 62%, which is going to be our optimal trade entry from here, 62% to 79%. And we also have under the 12 a.m. open. So the best possible case scenario to get good possible buys will be waiting for price to come under here, retrace into this range, and then keep going from there. Or we want to see, or it could be a complete reversal, considering that this could be the possible high of the day, but this was created early. So if we start to make a high of the day during maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, there is a chance that we could reverse from there. But we're going to go look at the higher time frame now. So this is what we're looking at. We framed the setup we're looking to take based off nothing but market structure.
Fair value gap plus order block. The last down candle before the push up, that black, like the right there. And then that fair value gap. So technically it lands right in the 70.
Oh yeah.
70%.
You know what that means? That's just another confirmation, baby. That's
Yeah,
more
so
reason.
that's high confluence area right there.
So we have this. The blue line is the fair value gap. Blue line. So this is basically just a gap we're looking to fill. And what does that mean? That gives us an even better entry, because now we know we could likely come into this 50% of this fair value gap, and that's right here at the 70.50%. So that just gives us another good entry. So say now we wanted to take our trade here, we know where we want to take it. We could simply have our stop about 40 pips. That's a good stop, 40-45 pips under this low.
That's less than 50 pips, bro.
Or-
Okay, so you're like on your course, you're like have a max loss in mind, and that's been super helpful with the way I trade, because when I used to trade, I used to just go off the charts, and then honestly, like people are like, well, 100 pips isn't that bad if you're looking for 100 pips, but honestly, bro, like if
It's
you're
a
getting
1-to-1.
it,
Perfect podcast is out
yeah,
there.
but like
And
if
with
you're
over 2
getting in at the
million of today's
correct
most
times,
talked
like
about
you're saying,
podcasts available,
on smaller time
Spotify is
frames
the
with
best
your higher
place to find
confluences,
the one you love.
normally
Whatever you're
that's like
into,
40
get way
pips.
Yeah,
more
you don't need to have a
podcasts
big
out
pip
there.
stop.
Find the
If
one
you have a
you're
big
listening
pip
for
stop,
right now.
that means you're either you're entering at a place where it's not safe. But that's why the concepts we use, they give you a small stop loss all the time. Like you'll never see me. All the time that I'm looking at my computer right now, all the times I've gone live. This is episode 15 of the little thing I'm doing. When have you seen me have over like a 40 to 55 pip stop? You're never gonna see me do it.
I have it, bro. I have it. I have not even when I met you, like followed you on Instagram like almost 2 years ago. Like you were already getting good with your risk management.
And mind you, I used to use 100 pip stops on every single trade. Since the way I looked at it, I saw US30 was very volatile, and I wanted it to be safe. That's the way I was looking at it. I just wanted it to be safe, so I would have a big stop loss. But the thing is, you're not always going to be able to get 100 pip moves a day. So say you have 100 pip stop loss, it might not even move 100 pips. So if you at least have a small pip stop loss and you understand what the average daily range of a market is, you can understand how much a pair is going to move during the day. So you can find the average. So say, for example, from this low to this high of the day, that's 330 pips. From this low, this high of the day to the low of the day, 650 pips. But on this day, this is an inside day. From this high to this low, 260. Even though it's inside, it's still a good amount of move. From this low of the day to the high of the day, 440. From this low of the day to the high of the day, 670. So you get what I'm saying? So you can understand that every day there is a good amount of move. So if you have a 100 pip stop, it's going to eat up a good amount of that profit. Because keep in mind, a lot of these movements are happening before you're even trading. All this is happening while you're asleep. All this is happening during London session. Then New York is like your last case scenario. So a lot of the move already happened So there's only a certain amount of pips that price is likely to move from. But this is basically just our lower time frame analysis. Honestly, based off of this, you really don't even need a. I don't need to get on a higher time frame. And keep in mind, this last bullish candle is also an order block right here. This last bearish candle. And where's that at also? Right where all of our other confirmations are.
Yeah.
So right now, there's a lot of reason for me to believe to get into this trade down here.
Okay. Patience.
Because this is just a setup I'm looking for. What you say?
Now, okay, so we're looking for a potential buy. If people are looking for potential sells, what could they be looking at right now for where their stop losses or technically could be?
Personally, based off of what I'm looking at, the only sell scenario I would see is, like I said, if New York session starts to make a high. Because right here, this could possibly be the high of the day, and we could have a reversal from here. But I think with the volume that we have, price will be likely to trade above it, possibly trading in something like this, slightly higher, then reverse. But I don't think we'll have an early high of the day this early, because this range is still very small. And you can already see that this fib is being respected, so the chance of it rejecting again and respecting these levels would be far more likely. But personally, let's see, maybe if I draw my fib from this high and this low, and you can see this could be a possible sell scenario that I'm talking about now. Because now we have our fib from this high and this low, so it gives us a confirmation for a sell. We're not just looking for a random sell. Now we know that if price likely pushes above, trades into this possible order block. Let me see. Check the 30-minute. That's the order block right there. That right there. I'm trying to see. I'm looking at this one right here, but it's a little bit high. I'm also keeping in mind this little level right here. I'm trying to map it out. Let me check. Right here. Yeah, right there. This what is this hour? It's 1 hour order block. So now we go back. We can map out this little area right here, this 1 hour order block at this 70.50 area. And we're also, what else do we have at this area? We have this 34,500 level right here. So that would be a potential sell, is if we continue to push up to this area and reject at a certain time of the day. So say it's like 9:30 and then we push up into here, there will be a chance of then having a sell-off from up here. You would be anticipating price to then have a reversal and then target the previous day low. Right now, since we're bullish, we're targeting the previous day high, which is up here, which could give us a potential 260 pips. But we're going to get in at a point where we'll still be good if we don't catch that move. But the overall main trade we're looking to take right now is this bullish trade, because it has more of a chance. We're going with the London. We're taking what London showed us. We're basically using it to benefit us, because we know where price likely wants to go. Why? Because we know where it targeted liquidity. It targets sell side liquidity, targets the buy side liquidity. Now we're going to go to the higher time frame and see if this also, the higher time frame also matches up with what we think is going to happen. This is from yesterday. All right, we're gonna start off on start off on daily. Oh, all right. So one thing to keep in mind is right now we're currently filled in this fair value gap that we had from this low of the candle to right here. We're currently just filled that in. So there is a chance now that we could start to go lower. So that's something you want to keep in mind. We also see that we're coming to this daily order block right here. So now it changes a lot of things based off of the higher time frame. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you see price came down. Price came down. Is rejecting, coming back to this order block before potentially dropping even lower. So that's something you want to keep in mind also. And if, let me see, put.
Let's see. I'm gonna bring it up on my chart. I just want to see.
But keep in mind, there still could be a chance we could come back to this 38.20%. So there is a chance we could still keep pushing. But based off of the daily time frame, we have 2 bearish day candles. So the chance of this next day being bearish is also, it could happen. So now that we have the daily, idea marked out. Let's go to the 4-hour. And let's see if it also shows us what we want to see. 4-hour. We should have this 4-hour bullish order block right here. That price could likely maybe trade to. Let me see. Where's that 4-hour bullish order block at? What price? 197? 34,197. Oh yeah, that's all the way down here. Damn. Alright, so that's not really, it's not gonna play a part right now. That 4-hour order block. That's a little far. But we'll keep it there just in case. We're gonna pull our fib from this low, from here, to this high. You can see we're respecting that 62%. Respecting it dearly. We're also respecting this 38%, using it as a form of resistance right here. Rejected it, came down, so we're likely gonna, I'm just waiting for price to maybe come a little bit lower. This is what I would be waiting for on the 4-hour. Wait for it to come lower to possibly buy higher. And if you look, where is this at down here? This 4-hour order block is at 34,200. So there's a lot of things going on. A lot of time frames are like going against each other, personally. Like the daily looks like it could potentially still be bearish. 4 hours looking, 4 hours is in this small little range as of right now. Makes you think. But then based off of just looking at my market setup and looking for the setup that I like to look for, I will be waiting for potential buys. So we gotta just see. We gotta wait to see what happens. If price starts to drop and comes to this area on price at a certain time, because keep in mind we have 5 minutes and there's gonna be a lot of news. So 8:30 could potentially maybe push price down, or 8:30 could potentially push price up into an area up here to then show us that it might likely have a sign of a reversal up in here. So that's simply what we will be waiting for. Also, so we got that. We got this 4-hour order block up here also. But I don't think these order blocks are going to really get tapped into. They're kind of far from here. Yeah, that's 260 pips. It'll be more likely to trade to this one. That's still 200 pips away. We should already look to catch a move within those 200 pips. So there's a lot of time frame. It's a lot of going against each other right now, but it's all good. Just gotta wait and see. Patience. Let's see. I'm gonna just check and see what this news is gonna be coming out as. Where is it? Where is it? Forex Factory. The news comes out in about 8:30. We got CPI news. Don't really care to see how good it's gonna be, but we have it's red folder, so that just means it's gonna be high impact, meaning there's more than likely going to be some form of volume pushed into the market. So that's all we're worrying about. Yeah, I'm just trying to wrap these higher time frame analysis down my, because I'm also seeing that we have this breaker block right here. I think price is likely to try to push still. Overall, based off of what I'm looking at right here, everything looks like it still has the potential of trying to push to the top side, even though the daily time frame is kind of going against that. The lower time frame for intraday is showing me that it has a willingness to go higher. So we just gotta wait and see. Daily. Let's see. Pull this low from this low. Yeah, you can see. I think we're more likely to have this bullish push, considering we came into this consolidation. We're probably either gonna range and just have inside day and we won't have much happen, or we'll start to push away after rejecting this area down here. Because if you get this candle, this last up candle, this last down candle, I mean, with the 50% on it, you see that's right here at 7.50. And what's this 170 and that's where that 4-hour order block is too.
Yeah. Confluence, the higher time frame all the way down to the lower time frame.
Yeah, it's a good area to look for potential. But I don't know if that's really gonna happen in our time zone though. That's the only thing. That's probably a move that will happen after the move we could catch. Because considering where that is, 137. Jeez. That shit all the way down there. I don't know if I'm waiting for a trade down there. I'll be looking to catch that trade down there. That's what I'm saying. We just gotta wait to see what this New York session does. Because if we can get shown that the price makes another higher high, we could then potentially look to go short. And then we could look to ride price all the way down to there. But until we make another higher high, I'm gonna anticipate to go for buys in this area. So at least I know I have two little setups I'm looking for now. Either looking for shorts up here, or I'm gonna be looking for my buy setup down here. Simple as that. I'm gonna see if I have any other high time frame analysis here. 34, 472, 472. What is this right here? We got this little order block here. Let me go to this. It's like a lot of, yeah, everything's like going against each other right now. Oh, there's the 8:30 news. I don't want to take this trade, but at the same time, if we get down there at 8:30, I think this would be a good chance. But let's see. Like I said, it will be a 20 pip stop. That will be what I'm looking to take. It's about to be 8:30 now. So let's see what happens. Or price is going to start to push after taking the liquidity. Let's see. This could have been a good trade. That's a lot of volume. Yeah. Sheesh. Cleared this low. You see how clean that was? Cleared it. Now it's pushing higher. Now it's showing there's going to be a likelihood that there could be a reversal, but this could be the setup we were looking to take. I wasn't comfortable getting onto this 38.120 though. We've already came down to it twice. The likelihood, I think, if we are truly bullish, we should come back down here at least once before we push higher. There's way more confluence down here than there is right here. This could be the setup though. Came, retest the Asian session high, cleared the liquidity before going higher. Could happen. Just keep in mind, until this high gets working, you can still stay in this range. The Asian range is very important. I'm glad I learned about it. Because you never notice like the certain things that happen with it. You don't realize how much it's actually used when you don't mark it up and you don't look at it. And you can, there's so many times that it, like shit I showed you yesterday with the little back testing. It's used a lot. A bunch of times.
Hey, yo, Andre.
You're.
Do you have like a YouTube video where, because I haven't been, like I guess I could just run through your library, but like by chance, do you have like a Fibonacci, like a whole like lesson on like the? I know you use 3 different type of fibs, but maybe like have it where you show your settings.
Matter of fact, since I think you have the course still, so I think you have it. You should have it in there, the Fibonacci settings. But if you
I have I think it shows your main setting where it has like where it has all this like right there, but then you have one where it's just like a 50% line, and then you have like templates, like your different.
Oh, okay. Which one do you want? Which one were you looking, or you just want to see them all?
I have this one right here, this template, but I was looking and I noticed you had 2 other templates.
Yeah, I got. Oh, what's up, Colin? What's up, bro?
Man, I'm doing good, man.
You doing good?
You
About to get active. Where you at right now? You at the car? You in the car?
I'm in my car right now. I told you I'm in the army, so we just finished like this physical training thing. We do it every morning.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Good for your mental health.
But I'm trying to make. I see y'all balling out there, man. I'm trying to be like y'all. I don't mind paying the price.
And it's just all take experience. That's all it is. If you put enough time into something, and just keep practicing it, you're gonna get better regardless.
For real. That's for real.
How long you been trading?
Man, I've been trading a little bit. I would say like a year.
Okay.
And but I'm gonna tell you straight up right now, like I'm not consistent with it, and that's the annoying part.
That's cool. Majority aren't
I,
consistent.
I've been doing my best. I've been doing my best to, master this shit. First of all, you know how we all start when you're learning.
Yeah,
You
it's
start with
slow.
yeah, you start with the support and resistance lines, and then
Shit, we all been there. We all been there.
yeah, I was with support and resistance. Then I started learning supply and demand, but I was like, all this shit failing. And I've been watching ICT for a minute, but bro, I couldn't get a hold of that shit. Like
Yeah, his
I was
concepts
watching
are
the
like
videos.
he's in depth with it. Like he's real boring with it, but it works though. The thing with his
Yeah,
concepts is you have to actually try them yourself for you to really believe it. Because once you start seeing it work, you're like, all right, he wasn't capping. He knows what he's talking about. These concepts are working, and you can start to journal them. You can start to then you start seeing all these things happen repetitively every day, and that plays part with why I said experience is very important because anybody can learn. They could take a whole 5 years learning something, but say they're not journaling it, say they're not learning from their losses, say they're not reviewing everything that they've done, and say they're not going over their mistakes, they're not gonna get anywhere. You get what I'm saying?
yep,
And that's just what it comes down to. That's why there's so many people that trade support and resistance and all those concepts that technically don't work, but they still are able to make money because they have the experience and they just learn to see and look for certain things to happen.
uh-huh.
That's the way I look
I
at it.
mean, yeah, that's some real stuff, man. Trust me, when you come to YouTube, all my search history is nothing but trading, trading,
Shit,
trading.
yeah.
And
And
then I was just going through this ICT thing because I was like, I saw motherfuckers making money off this shit. I'm like, hold up. And then one day I saw your little page, and I was like, this guy don't got much views, but let me
yeah, I
check
don't
this
got many
out.
views, but shit, the content
And then
there.
I started watching, bro. I started watching the shit, and the content was like, I was like, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched all your videos. Like, I
Good.
was in my apartment,
The
and
thing,
I was like, he actually knows what he's talking about. And I had to go to description, find the the fucking Telegram page. And if you notice, I got two of my boys in there. I was like, hey, hold up, like y'all gotta check this guy out.
like
This guy,
the thing that I try to do on my channel is I try to do the same thing all the time because the way I learn from ICT, because I have his mentorship, so the way I learn with him is he'll literally say the same thing every single day. He'll look for the same thing every single day, and he'll show people. So if I'm telling you that I'm looking for the same thing every day, and you see me looking for the same thing, and you see me doing the same thing every day, it's only gonna make you believe, okay, consistency. I need to have the consistency to do it, and I just have to have a simple plan and look for certain things. Because when you go into the market trying to predict it, trying to just anticipate it every day, it's gonna make it way harder because you're putting more risk on, and it's just gonna make it so you're less likely to have winning trades.
yeah,
So what I be doing every day is live. I tell you guys, you two, what I'm looking for strictly, and I'm waiting for it to happen. Like right now, I don't know if you see a chart and everything right now.
yeah, I can see the chart.
So right now, all I'm basically looking at is I took the simple concept that I look right here in the middle. This is the 12 a.m. open. So this is each new day. From here to here is a new day, and from here it's 12 a.m. again. It's gonna be a new day. So I marked up my Asian range from here to here, and I saw that at London, what happened? London cleared that low right here. Here, I'll go to another chart just so it's a little simpler. I seen that right here at the Asian range. What happened? Price came down, cleared these lows, and immediately traded back up. So in my eyes, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, since we had a liquidity grab right here, this could potentially be a false break scenario, meaning there could likely be a London continuation. So all I'm looking to do is catch a retracement of this London session move. And then that's where I have all of these right here. All I'm doing is I pulled my fib from this low that the London session made to the high the New York session made. And you can see all I'm doing right now is waiting for it to come to this area here. Why this certain area? Because this is the 50% of that Asian range. This is also where my fib levels are from that low that I created, that London created, to the high the New York session created. We also have this fair value gap. You know what a fair value gap is?
No.
Okay, so right here, say for example, when candles have a lot of movement and they move very fast, push to a certain area, they tend to leave little gaps in the market. And those gaps are things such as right here. So from this candle to this candle right here. And this will be an imbalance or a fair value gap, meaning in this time and price, there was so much movement and momentum for the buyers that it wasn't given equal opportunity to the sellers. So all we're looking for is for price to eventually come down, fill it in, before potentially then going back its direction. I have a video on fair value gaps too. It's a simple concept. You just got to train your eyes to kind of see them. But like I said, it just comes with experience. A lot of the things I do is very simple. You got to keep doing it repeatedly so you know what you're looking for. So all of the confirmations we have in this little area is we have that London order block that we created. So that's one confirmation. We have that fib long that we're waiting to get respected. Also in here, we have that fair value gap that we're looking to get filled, which is another confirmation. We also have that it's to 50% of that Asian range. So we have a lot of confirmations to believe that once price gets to this area, there's likely going to be movement to the top side. Why? Because we know that if we trade with London's trend was bullish. We cleared this low. So if we're going to push, ideally the best case scenario would be in this area here. And that's just all we're looking for right now. We're just simply waiting. And once price gets to this area, I'm going to take action. And then from there, the hard work's done. And it's just all risk management from there. And there's a lot of psychology going into it. Just holding the trade and just being disciplined. Yeah.
So, I don't like. I want to ask a question.
No, you're good. Ask as many as you need.
Yeah. So for literally, right, like when you're planning out you're trying to do your analysis, so like when you're trying to map out your
Mm-hmm.
chart, you first thing you do is you do the Asian range, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you plot the 50%. That's using the Fibonacci tool to measure the Asian range, or how do you get the
Here,
50%?
I actually have a little guideline checklist with like 8 steps with exactly what I go through. So I'm gonna send you it real quick too. I
Okay.
sent it to Martin. It's like the exact step by step what I from a blank chart, everything that I go through. But the first thing I do is every chart. Hold on, I'm about to look again. It's trade, but I'm gonna keep talking. Right here, once the price gets to this area, which is where is this at? 34 346. I'm gonna be looking to go long. But like I was saying, the first thing that I do is I mark up the Asian range. So from a blank chart, the first thing I do when I wake up is I look in the past from what happened yesterday, and I look at the Asian range, and then from there I look at the London session and I see what it did. And in this case, I looked at the Asian range. We were consolidating. The London session came, cleared that low, and traded up immediately. So from there, I'm like, okay, it makes a lot of sense for now. Prices retracing for us to potentially get long to go. Okay, I'm looking to get in this trade right now. Damn, I wasn't even ready. Ooh, I ain't missing it though.
There it is. There it is. Nice.
Now I'm in. Now we see what happens. Fill in that fair value gap. Stops going below. All right, let me get my stop loss and I'm gonna continue talking. All right, I got in a little later so I can have a little deeper stop loss too. All right, but now we just see what happens. But here, I'm about to send you the thing that I have.
I probably run that trade myself.
Damn, this is falling fast. The momentum showing. This could have been that reversal I was talking about. Remember, Martin?
Yeah.
We'll see though.
50 pip.
Yeah, 50 pips. So it's a small stop loss. We just filled in this fair value gap now. So let's see. We're either going to start to reverse, not reverse, or reject, or it's going to show us that it wants to keep on falling. But we're going to see. Whatever happens, happens. Here, Colin. I'm about to send you the message now.
Holding that 79. Let's see if it holds a 70. Come on. Put some pressure.
Message. Where's this picture at? All right, I just sent it to you just now. But the first thing I look to locate all the liquidity pools, meaning I mark up all the equal highs, all my equal lows, and just swing highs, swing lows, because these are areas that the market is gonna reach for. So I like to know that beforehand. Then from there, I locate my imbalances, fair value gaps on the higher time frame. Then I mark up my Asian range. And from there, I look to see. I just mark up all my order blocks and everything. But what goes behind it, like before I really do everything, the main things I'm looking to pay attention to is I mark up my Asian range and I look to see what London session did. That's the main thing that's gonna show me the setup I'm likely to look to catch. Because if London session doesn't have a false break or it doesn't clear lows like this or have a liquidity grab, I know that then there's a chance that it could be a reversal type of day and it won't continue London's trend. So there's little characteristics that I like to look for each day.
Okay, that makes sense. And the another question that I got, I don't know if I don't want to disturb the trade, but
Now you good? I'm in the trade now. I ain't nothing I can do
I got
now.
in the same I got in the same trade you got in. So, but another question I got is like, how do you really get those order blocks? Because I get confused sometimes. Like I understand the whole concept is looking for the where price has extreme moves, and then you have to look for the engulfing candles. But sometimes I really don't see these engulfing candles. Like they're not visible like that, and
The easiest way to look
suddenly
for it,
price breaks.
the easiest way to look for it is just look at swing highs and swing lows. So look at points where it made a big high and a big low. So for example, this high up here, then came down. Then it made this low before going all the way up. Then it made this high before trading down. Stuff like this, you could look to see them like this. Look, even at this high, you could see. But when you look at these moves, you're going to look for the last up candle before a down move, which in this case would be this candle right here. This last up candle before this down move, before trading lower.
Yeah.
In this case, right down here, for this bullish move, you look for the last down candle for this up move. And in this case, it's this right here. But the best way to do it, in my opinion, is just go back in time on whatever pair you trade and just look at swing highs and swing lows. And you can see last down candle for up move. And you can see if you look right, price trades right to it. If you look at another area, look at this swing, this last up candle for this down move. Why am I picking this? Because this is the highest point. This is the highest point that it made during that week. And this is the highest point it made during the day. So you can see this last up candle before this down move. You pull it over, you can see it got respected also. And if you also look, the best way to do it is just back test. That was the way I really learned to see them. I would just back test a certain concept until I learned to see it enough. And once you start live trading it enough, you start to see it also. And you can see sometimes it won't be respected. Like this last down candle before this up move, you can see right now it's kind of trading under it, which isn't ideal. That's currently what the trade we're in right now. So we just got to see how price reacts here. Because currently we're already...
It doesn't have to necessarily break the highest high of the last order block. It just has to break the freaking it just has to break the freaking market structure, basically.
The order back, it starts to get active once it gets traded through. So for example, right here, this order block wouldn't have been classified as an order block until that low of the candle was broken. So until this low gets broken, then it's not an order block. So say for example right here, this last down candle before this up move, this is the engulfing candle that engulfed this candle. So then it will be classified as an order block. But you can see now all order blocks are going to work against each other. So the way that I like to use my order blocks is I like to use them on the higher time frame because it's going to give it the highest probability of working. Because if you're looking for order blocks on lower time frames, more than likely they're not going to be respected because it's such a low time frame and it has way more movement. So if you try to mark them up on the 4 hour, the daily, and the hour, you can see that they have way more respect. And you can see this last up candle for this down move, this last up candle before this down move right here on the 4 hour time frame, and you can see respected it pretty well. And this on the 4 hour time frame. So this is a high probability order block that you could have been looking to frame a potential trade off of. Same thing down here. We had this push up, push down. We created this order block right here. This last, where is it? Down candle before this up move, and you can see price came to it, respected it a little bit, didn't it? Traded through it a little bit, but you can see overall in this general area, it never closed below it and had this big move above it. So in my opinion, a way to train your eyes to see these more is just look at higher time frames and back test them so you can learn to see it. And just really, that's all it really gets to it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to get better once you start seeing them more and go through it more and just looking at them every single day. But for short term, just keep looking at the lower time frames, the higher time frames, and marking them up and back testing them.
Yeah.
Because all it is just training your eyes to see it. Once you train your eyes to see it, it's going to be hard to not see it. So the beginning is going to be hard, but then eventually it's going to get easier.
Yeah, because I didn't know, like, what was confusing me originally was, does it have to, like, because sometimes, like, like how sometimes we have a long-term trending, like, downtrend where market will
Mm-hmm.
do a big-ass pullback and it's going down, come back again. So I don't know, literally, I don't know where to put the order block because I'm like, should I put it at a last swing high or should I put it at a last, like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
So it confuses me.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
best.
like I need a little more practice to, like,
Yeah, all you got to do is just
I know.
back test it. That's the simplest way you're going to do it. Because everything else, you could watch videos on it, but until you actually go in, start looking at it yourself on whatever pairs you trade, because each pair is different. Not each pair is going to look the same. I understand how order blocks are formed on US 30, but I might go to another pair. I might get it wrong a few times. Miss a few trades because I thought it was something else, because I understand US 30 and I understand the characteristics that this pair has. But right now, this trade is looking like this trade's struggling right now. One thing I'm keeping in mind is that after clearing these highs right here, we did have a reversal scenario. So in this case, right now, if this trade doesn't start rejecting this area, we're more than likely going to see this London low get taken. So then it will be a reversal setup. So what we would be able to possibly do is frame a retracement possibly at 930 before price keeps going lower. That's if this trade stops us out or just doesn't want to move. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, what were you saying?
Yeah, I said I'm trying to master US 30, man. I'm not even capping.
Yeah, you just
I'm
gotta put
trying to
time
level up.
into it. Like shit, I wasn't able to clap US 30 like this. I remember a year ago, because I've been trading US 30 for over a year. I haven't traded any other pair, and shit,
Yeah,
it used to be bad vibes. That's all I'm gonna say. It used to be bad vibes.
I wanna, but I gotta practice. I gotta practice that or the freaking order blocks thing a little bit more. I think that's gonna be my main focus because every other thing, I feel like I get the concept, like, but the order blocks recognition, I gotta. That's the one. That's my biggest issue with it.
I'm telling you,
I
just back test it, bro. You'll be able to see it. It won't be that long. Give it a week, and you'll be like, okay, you'll really get the understanding of it. Then from there,
yeah,
you're gonna have to you're gonna start learning which ones are gonna be more likely to be used. And that's why I gave you the little
yeah,
tip. Just use higher time frame order blocks. Don't bother going to like the 15-minute. I can do that on US 30 because, for example, this 15-minute order block is the same as this 30-minute order block. And that 30-minute order block, a lot of the times, the lower time frame on US 30 matches up with the higher time frame just because it moves so fast. So even on the 5-minute time frame, the candles are like 15, 20 pips. So you can still kind of map out trades from there.
Hey man, I'm here. I'm here for a long time, not a short time. So
Shit.
anytime
As
you need
long
me.
as I'm here, bro, you can come every morning. We lit. It's only gonna better your experience because once you see me doing certain things, you're gonna wonder why. Then as long as you ask that question, I can explain it. And then if you try it yourself, it might just be that one thing you needed to really push you.
One thing I need to get rid of is my moving average. I use moving average to trade, and that
Yeah, you won't
I
need
think
that
I'm
for
so
long.
used to it. I'm so used to it that it's kind of hard, like to predict direction. Like,
Yeah, I used to use it so much too, but the thing is, those moving averages, they give you another bias. So say you framed out a whole trade strictly off of candles, off of market structure, but then your
hmm
but then your moving averages is going against your trade idea. Now it's gonna start to get in your head. You're like, is this really gonna work? Then you're gonna potentially talk yourself out of that trade,
yes,
or potentially just leave that trade on, and then it goes well, and then you're just like, okay, so it did work. But the thing with these indicators, it kind of fogs your vision, in my opinion.
you're right,
Hold on, I'm
you're right.
trying to see.
I really appreciate the little tips, man.
You see, I'm still in this trade. I'm just waiting for it to keep on pushing.
Shit, I'm with you on that. I'm trying to do my forex fund challenge, man.
Yeah, you'll get it
I'm so
done.
skeptical. I'm so skeptical about it right
You
now.
started
Cause
yet?
I'm like, hey, I gotta get used to. I
Yeah,
gotta
get
get
used
used
to
to
the new way of trading.
get ICT started of trading, whatever, and I gotta master US 30.
Give it like I say 6 months of making sure you're very consistent, because I know when you're not consistent and you try to do the challenges, you just end up losing money. So the best thing to do
Yeah.
is create an account, a demo account with the account size that you're gonna want to trade on that account. All right. So say you want to go for a 25K account, practice on a 25K demo, or 50K or 100K, and you want to practice the same. You want to find the rules for the challenge, what rules need to be completed for you to complete the challenge. And you're going to make sure that you can complete the challenge at least like 5 to 10 times on a demo account before you even do to fund it. Because why risk the money? I would rather you make sure you can do it so that when you go to do the challenge, it's just another one. You've already done it before, it's a breeze.
And I heard he could do it. He could do that challenge up to 3 times. Like
Yeah,
that's
you
a
can.
good plan.
Thing is, you want to know something that people don't say a lot of the time. A lot of them don't make the money. A lot of the traders that take these challenges are failing. A lot of these companies, they don't even have 1,000 funded traders. They make a lot of the money off the majority that are failing off it.
Yeah. I really want to do that challenge, man. As far as I could pass it, man, that's why I'm a hop on your thing, like getting that fucking freaking what they call it, understanding the order blocks, understanding I'm just following your footsteps right now. You know what
I
I
have
mean?
a
So
video. I think it's coming out Friday. It goes more in depth of the setup right here. These setups I like to look for. So I think that would
okay,
be a good one, because this is a setup that I really started implementing like a week, 2 weeks ago. Just really trying to stay disciplined. That's why I really started getting into it. So I think it'll be a good video, so because you'll be able to really understand what I mean when I'm going through this. So then when that video comes out, you'll be like, okay, so this is what he was talking about all these days. It just might make certain things click. Because I know off first glance it might seem a little complicated at first, but it's really not. Once you really see what I'm looking for, you'll realize.
Can I make a recommendation?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Collins, bro, like what I did that kind of helps me kind of extra memorize things is writing them down. So like when he gives you these 8 steps, write it
yeah,
on a note card or a post-it card or like a flashcard. Keep it in
mhm,
your pocket or wallet, and then
yeah,
whenever you get bored out in this wherever you're at, just pull it out and just start order
and
blocks and just kind of reflecting on like it's the last up candle before the down moves body or the last down candle before the body, and then you just start kind of like playing these things in your head so that you
mhm.
can memorize the setup and then the way things are supposed to be done.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, man. I could make all the time in the world. I'm high. I like my rank in the army, man. I look. I'm a sergeant, all right.
He,
So
he a
I could
big
even
he a big
I could
boss.
For your
designate I
service.
could
He a
I
big
could
boss.
designate guys to do the job while I study. If that's the problem, man, I could do that. I'm not even tripping. So um I'm just gonna practice. I feel like the pressure is on me right now to put in the work and watch more videos, ask more questions whenever I can, um, and reach out. So
Yeah, bro,
I
we're
think
here.
that's all I gotta do.
As long as you're
But
putting that
thank you for
time
the
in,
update,
you'll get better regardless. I don't care.
man.
It don't matter how long it takes, as long as you're putting that time. And you know, you're in the army, you have that mindset. You got that working mindset. You got it.
That
Sure.
leadership mindset.
You know it needs to be done to accomplish the goal. And like you said, your goal right now, you want to get those funded accounts. So literally, the only thing keeping you from those funded accounts is just understanding the real system that you're going to use. Because once you understand how you're going to trade the account and you have enough confidence in that strategy, you're going to be good.
Yeah,
The money,
yeah,
they'll all come later. Once you actually get the skill set down, that's all that matters. That's the first. That's the first priority. Once you got that, you're good.
I really agree with that.
Yeah, right now we're just waiting for US 30s kind of consolidating. What time is it? It's about 9 o'clock. By 9:30, I want to see what happens. We'll probably still be in this trade unless price really starts to melt. But if it really starts to melt from here, I probably won't get into another trade because from there it looks like it won't be looking too good. but we'll see. Yeah, a lot of the trading stuff right now is just patience. That's really what it comes down to. After you put all the time in to frame a setup, you just wait to see if that setup was correct or you're gonna be wrong. Simple as that. But yeah, we framed the setup, so if it does end up playing out, Martin, you heard it here first about like an hour ago. We were all the way up here planning it. And right now you can see it's having his reaction in this area, which is a good sign. So as long as we can keep closing above that 50% of this little order block that we have here, this last down candle for this up move, I think there's still a high chance that we'll have this push higher. But once we start creeping lower to these lows, once we take out these lows, then it's going to be the whole setup that we're looking for changes. It will no longer be a London continuation move. It's going to be a New York reversal. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But I probably won't take another trade after that, because the only way I would look to get into a trade after selling off is if we have a full retracement back to this area. And I don't know if that will be likely. So we'll see. We just wait now. But Martin, you got any questions as of right now?
I'm just looking at it. It's holding the 50% level of the Asian range. It has that fair value gap. It's holding that. It's holding it's in the order block. So right now we're positioned. It's just the patience game.
And keep in mind, we're also losing momentum. We had this big ass drop to then have a doji in this area, right where it is closing above that 50%, closing above our fibs. So as long as now we have this discipline to hold it and trust this analysis, we can still wait till 9:30, which is in 30 minutes, where we can then probably get that push. And even if this push just ends up being a wick, that's all that matters. As long as we take some partials and profits, even if price has a full reversal, then we still will be in and out of the trade, and we won't have to worry about that.
Makes sense.
That's all it really is. As you see, I'm still waiting. I'm literally been at break even for a minute. Just chilling right now.
You got in at a good time though. It's just
I got in late too. I got in late too.
Where'd you get the 70?
I tried to get in at 62, so that would have been my early entry. But I ended up getting in late because of how far it was pushing. So that's why my entry's all the way down here.
Hell yeah, I got in at the 62, so right now I'm gonna draw it down.
Like I didn't even peep it was at the 50% of this order block when I got in. I ain't marked that up until after the fact. Just waiting now. See what happens. Let price show us what it wants to do.
I got in a little bit later, so
Yeah, so the later the entry, in this case, you would have been good because it did have a little bit of a deeper retracement. So my 1-to-1 right here, if you see this right here that I have drawn, I'm moving. All right, I can't move it.
my only goal is to understand this thing. I see the guys in the groups, man, they be killing it. I'm like,
Yeah, yes sir. They all don't even trade the same concepts as me too. They have like their previous knowledge on trading. So I'm not really even sure where they all learn from, but I know they have a lot of concepts that I teach and the ICT concepts that he teaches. And you can see that once you really get it, because the thing is, I could teach you a whole bunch of concepts, but you're not going to need to use them all. You're really not. You're just going to be able to pick whichever ones work for you best, depending on the type of trader you are, what just suits you more, and you can pick from those. Like personally, ICT, bro, he teaches a lot of things. And
I feel like whenever I'm watching this video, it's like information overload.
the thing is, I used to think that too, but once you watch a whole bunch of videos, you realize everything he's saying, he just repeatedly says. So you like ingrain it in your head. That's one thing I noticed.
Like another video that I was looking for is I see all these videos of auto blocks on YouTube and whatnot. Some people do it differently. Some people
Yeah, the thing is, bro, a lot of people I don't learn from ICT. But personally, the only person I take information from is ICT. I don't watch no other YouTube videos. I don't even watch my YouTube videos. I make the video and I just let you guys watch it. Because I know it's the same thing that he's showing me. I'm putting back in the video. The only time I watch is like when I'm editing it. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Andre. I follow your page more than ICT, but once I get your stuff down, just so that I'm on your wavelength, like with the way your trading style is, I'm gonna jump
Yeah,
on
you'll
those
be able to
videos.
watch ICT. You'll be like, okay. Then you'll be,
Sniper series.
bro, those are all great series. Because once you learn like basic concepts, understanding of it, once you go back to that, you'll be like, oh shit. Now he's really showing me what to look for. Like now I got all the basics. I understand the whole fundamentals, like everything around it. But then when he goes into it, he's gonna actually explain in depth, like why it's doing it, why it's going here, and he's really good at it. Like he'll predict the price a whole month ahead, and he'll go there to the pip type shit. I'm on that.
That's what you got. That's what you get with 30 years experience.
And the thing is,
That's
all it
experience.
is, bro, is the same concepts we use on the daily basis. You can use on every single time frame. So say I'm not even a day trader, and I just would have been looking for trades off of this daily order block down here. And this is a trade that I think I caught. Where was it? Right here. I caught this trade right here of this daily order block. This was like 1100 pip move that I caught a whole swing on. Yeah, 1100. Before then having that reversal. But like just based off of, look, even right here, daily order block, and then look what happens. These are big moves, and you're just all you're doing is just that you're looking for certain reactions in certain areas, because at the end of the day we can't predict the market, but we can have an idea what is more likely to happen. So if you realize the things that I do every morning, Martin, I map out what is likely to happen. I don't really say, oh, this is gonna happen. I wait to see what is more likely to happen based off of what the market has already shown me. That's strictly what I'm going off of. Because mind you, Martin, too, this was a setup I marked up and planned before even looking at the higher time frames. Remember?
Yeah, we were back almost an hour, like about 40 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
You were charting it up.
And this is just based off of this setup that I was looking for. No higher time frame, no nothing. And as you can see, higher time frame right now, we're back rejecting this bearish, this bullish breaker block. We rejected this 62% of this fib also, so there's still a chance that price is likely to have this push higher. And like I said, we're trying to catch that on these lower time frames.
Catch it fast, but then use proper risk management to scale out partials, move stop loss to break even
Mm-hmm.
for that potential reversal that could happen.
Exactly. That's why once we get to 1-to-1, I'll break even the trade. I'll take a small partial. Not really, I won't be taking much, but I'll just be paying myself enough to pay for this time that I put into this trade. And if it goes against me, then it is what it is. That's why you got to have risk management and just manage risk. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Because you could be the best trader in the world, you're not going to win every trade and shit. I be struggling with that shit sometimes because I know I'm a good trader and I know I can get good trades, but it's the fact that after you take losses, it just does something to you mentally. Like you could take 10 winning trades, but if you take one loss, it's going to do something to you mentally. I don't know what it is behind it, but that's why it's a lot of psychological things that go into trading, not just all chart work. And people need to learn to understand that.
Hey man, you don't have to be perfect. That's the thing about it though is you have some good like trades. So even if you take losses, I mean your win rate is way more than your losses. If you know what I mean.
And even if you don't have a good win rate, that's why risk to reward is so crucial. So if you want,
Yeah.
like if you notice, I break even at 1-to-1, take a small portion because I know once I get to 1-to-2 of my risk, I want to take a bigger portion so that I make up for my next trade if it's a potential loss. Because if I can make, say I risk $50 on a trade, if I can make $100 today, then I know if I lose a trade tomorrow for another $50, I'll still be in profit. And then I know the next day if I lose a trade, I can risk that $50 and I'll then be break even. But if you're taking 1-to-1 trades and you risk $50 to make $50, you're gonna be back and forth making money, losing money, back and forth. So as long as you keep a positive risk to reward, then it just elevates you because it keeps you in the game. That's how I like to think of it. That's really all it is. But right now, we're losing this momentum right now. Not much is happening. So I think this trade is still like going to play out. Because as long as we can stay in this area until 9:30, then I think we'll be good. Because even if we get that push just to this TP1, then I'll be broke even. And I'll be good from there. And anything that happens after that is out of my control. But I'll be risk-free, stress-free. Yeah, once we start closing above this order block, we should be good. What you say? Yeah, Martin, what you got going on so far? From when we started this, what are the main things that you haven't really got yet? Because I know you got a better understanding than you did from before, but what are you still like trying to work on improving concept wise? The journal. The thing is, I don't have a video on strictly like going through every because I have a lot of things. I use Notion for a lot. I have Notes itself. I got 2020. I have look. These are all my audiobooks and setups. I have strictly screenshots of certain setups that I found. I have my journal. These are a lot. I've been using. I've been journaling my trades for a minute, but that's partially why I got so good because these are just quarter three. That mind you, is it? Oh yeah, we broke the high. As long as we keep clearing above this order block, we should be good. Are you good? Shit, I wouldn't have realized. I would have kept talking. See, we good. About to be at TP1. Once we get to TP1, I'll break even, take a small portion, and we're good. And we just let everything else happen. Get used to it. Matter of fact, don't get used to it. You're gonna take a lot of losses. You're gonna take a lot of losses. Losses are part of the game, though. It's the way you think about them. If you look at a loss as a bad thing, then it's inevitably gonna feel as a bad thing. But if you look at it as a learning experience and you look at it as a way you can improve and what to build off of, then you're gonna be like, okay, you like taking losses. Losses will make you a better trader, not wins. Because you could take a trade, it could be a winning trade, but you don't really know why it was a winning trade at the end of the day. Because even though I have all these concepts here, it doesn't really mean that price is moving up because of these concepts. You get what I'm saying? But the only way I'm going to learn is if I try to use certain concepts and they don't work so I can see what happens. And that's why I have my trade journal. As you can see, these are all daily ranges. So each day is a screenshot of everything that happened throughout that whole day. And this is how I'm able to go back and I know what is more likely to happen because I'm able to see these happen on a daily basis. I have screenshots of all my setups happening, each setup. And as you can see, if you look on the right, it tells you everything that happened in that daily setup that I was talking about and why it's important. And you can see I can search and look for, let's say I'm looking for London continuation. Let's look up that. Can I search? Gonna search? Yeah, just like this. And I'll show you all the ones with London continuation. And I can go back and I can look. Okay, this was an example of a London continuation. Came down, came to 62%, bullish order. This is like a similar setup to what we're looking at now. Right here. You can see it. Matter of fact, I think this was yesterday. Now that I think about it. I think this was yesterday. Yeah, I think that was yesterday. Oh, the Zoom had it. Hold on, let me get this back. What's up? Alright, share screen. Let me get them back in here. Damn. That shit ended up abruptly. Alright, let's get them all back in here. Alright, we good. But right now, US 30 is kind of still struggling to really push. Oh, we're about to be at TP1 now. We're about to be at TP1. Gonna be looking to partial some off. Trying to see if we can get a little bit higher. It's a little bit higher so I could take some of this off. That Zoom, I haven't got like that 40-minute warning in a while. I think it's only with more than one person.
I was like, oh shit, it got kicked.
Yeah, that shit just ended out of nowhere. It gave me the warning like 10 minutes ago, but I'd be forgetting. That shit, it said nothing. It just popped up over. I was like, damn, that's tough. All right, I'm about to break even this trade. We're up about 1-to-1 right now. Make sure if you take some of the position off, about maybe 10-20%. Not a lot, because you still want to be able to have enough to capitalize on a full move when it happens. But you never know, so you still want to take some position off. Right now we're at 1-to-1. So I'm going to take about a small portion off. Just to pay for the position, basically. Break even. Now we just let the rest happen. If we get stopped out at 9:30, it is what it is. If we don't, well, then we're good. We just let it keep running, and we'll keep taking our profits.
Damn, I closed the 3/4 of my position at 1-to-1. I got confused with my fractions.
Hey.
I was supposed to close out 0.05 and I closed out 0.15.
Listen, at least you didn't have a 0.02 instead of
Yeah,
that was bad vibes. Colin, yesterday I went to take a trade on US30. I tried to put a 0.20. So basically 20. A 20 lot, not 20 lot, micro lot. But I put a 0.002 and it was a 2-cent lot. I was like, bro, this shit done. The whole, like, I had a 3-to-1 trade, like 150 pips. I made like $100 off it. If I would have had my actual lot, I probably could have made like 2,000. So that tells you like the difference. And I was able to catch the trade afterwards, but it was just the fact that I had to risk taking another trade. You know what I mean?
So, another question I want to ask is, for like a 100K account, like if I want to try the demo for a 100K account, how much do you think is a good lot size to use, and how many trades do you think is a good how many trades do you think is good for me to run on that account?
It depends. What pair would you be trading? Because it's different. Depends on pair.
Like US30 wise.
US30. If you're on a 100K account, say you have a 50 pip stop loss, you'd be using like a 0.20. If you have like a 40 pip stop loss, maybe like a 0.25. It all depends on the stop loss at the end of the day. The bigger the stop loss, the smaller the lot size is going to be. But if you keep a consistent lot like I try to do, keep around 50 to 40 pips, you can consistently use about a 0.20 to a 0.25. And that's risking a 1% per trade. So it's keeping the risk still good.
And you think how many trades? Just one trade, or?
I say, personally, with US30, you get stopped out a lot. So the thing I do is you could take one trade and that's really gonna get your discipline good. But personally with me, I'll give myself like 2 attempts. So my first trade, if it doesn't really play out, but I still see that it's likely to go that way, I'll give myself a re-entry. But then if I lose both, you just gotta cut it there.
Okay.
Right now we're pushing. I'm trying to get this TP2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't even.
I learned so many things in like a few minutes of being with y'all.
Oh yeah, that's how it is. You're gonna learn a lot. Shit, I be learning every single day. So everything I learn, I'm just going over with y'all. That's how it is. And right now we're eating. You see, like Martin, you see why I didn't want to go to the higher time frame? There was no need to.
There was no need to, man. Like you see the directional bias and kind of your bias, yeah. But like I see why you started out with the 15-minute this morning.
Because I'm looking for the setup first. That's what I'm looking for 2 setups. Like I'm telling you, Martin, when I really changed my strategy, I'm looking for only 2 setups, bro. Nothing else. Then I pair the higher time frame with it. And you can see it work. Look at my drawdown. Non-existent.
Big training right here, boy.
Risk free.
Yes, sir. Once we get TP2, I'm taking majority profit and we're done. Simple as that. And we just let the runner keep running.
I wish this was a real funded account. I would be up like 3,000.
Listen, bro. Put it like this. Change your mindset to this. The market isn't going to change. If you can catch this trade today, you're going to be able to catch this trade again next week, again in 2 weeks, again in 4 weeks, again in a year, again in 5 years, because the market, the characteristics and the conditions of it don't change. These setups happen all the time, and you can see that because I showed you all these. These are all showing you same. These are, you want to know something? All these are just 2 different setups. And look, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, they're all every single day. So every single day there's going to be a few setups that happen. So as long as you're looking for certain setups and you're just making sure you're only looking for certain characteristics, you're going to make sure that they're high probability. And as you can see, this trade right here, high probability trade, zero, not much drawdown, and we're good. I'm just waiting for TP2 to hit, because if it reverses at TP2, I'm going to be a little sick. I'm not going to lie.
So what do you in situations like this? Would you recommend setting a buy stop order and just
Personally, I don't like using buy stops just for the fact that every time I use them, I miss my trade. Personally, every time I set buy stops, I just miss that trade. So personally, I like to get in like when market execution. But it all depends on you. So say if you're a longer term trader, you could use buy stops and sell stops, and because if you go to sleep with your trades, you can have them go in overnight. But personally, I like to just take the trade. Yeah, I can't sleep in trades. Yeah, I can't sleep in trades, but you never know. Everyone's different. I'm not patient enough for that shit.
I ain't going to sleep with US 30 on.
Shit, you'd be surprised. There's probably people swing trading. Because the thing with US 30, bro, if you keep long-term buy positions, there's a high chance that it could keep on going for a long time. Like just on the daily time frame. So say on this trade right here, I leave my small runner, and then say it never comes back to it, and it just continues this upturn. You get what I mean? That short-term trade could turn into a longer-term small investment, because from there to here is about 2,000 pips. So even on the smallest lot size possible, 0.01, that's a $2,100. That's $2,100 off the smallest position, and it's only at about 36,000. It should go there eventually. Maybe not right now, but give it time.
Facts, just like Bitcoin. It,
And bro,
it's people are putting their money to sit elsewhere besides the banks that have a proven record like this.
because look at this. This is the COVID drop right here. Where has the market gone since then? Dropped, never came back down. We had small retracements, but bro, imagine like this is when I got into US 30. When I started trading US 30, it was like down here. Imagine, imagine, and holding that bitch. What, bro? Bro, you would be up right now. 12,000.
Oh my god.
12,000.
Oh my.
The minimum you could have made. The minimum you could have made is 12,000 from this full trade if you just let it run off the smallest position. You could have risked $50, a 50 pip stop loss if you got a good entry.
I don't think $50 gonna work.
Now you could, cause think of it like this. This is a trade right now.
Like, I'm talking about broker wise. Ain't no broker gonna let you trade US 30 with $50.
No, I'm not saying what you call it, trade with $50, but I'm saying have a 50 pip stop loss on the smallest. So you can still have a bigger count, but you'll be risking that 50. Cause say that's the example of a trade right here. We risk $50 basically. Say you risk $50, 50 pip stop loss. What if this trade just keeps on going and just doesn't come back, and you just leave it? You take your position, you take majority of your profit, and you leave that runner. Then it just keeps going over time, keeps going. That small position will turn into a big position very fast. Damn, it's always TP2 that like takes forever to get hit. You peep that, Martin. It's always TP2.
Yeah, TP2. Dude, I'm looking for a TP3 because I closed out my 3/4 my position at like less than a 1-to-1.
Yeah, I think it'll still be good. We have 8 minutes till 9:30. We'll probably have a small retracement before we have that push higher. Maybe something like this. Or we could just continue just straight pushing higher, and that would be our ideal scenario.
Okay, if it does retrace, I'm gonna look for a good re-entry and not go full entry, but I'll probably do like a 0.05, add a 0.05 entry on that.
Like right here will probably be a good entry because this is still at that 62% fib. We still have that 15-minute order block, and then we have this 5-minute order block. So we could likely, if it has a big spike, boom, tap that before going higher. But just keep in mind that we already pushed higher, so if you get in on a re-entry, there is a chance that it might just have a full reversal because it already had a push. So just keep that in mind. Come on, get the TP2. Give me the TP2. I forgot to call this trade on Telegram. Hey, it'll be alright. One day won't hurt him. One day won't hurt him.
Nothing from the group yet.
Yeah, usually I'd be the first one talking in there. Oh, I forgot to send my live in there too. Yeah, that's why. Shit, I done fucked up. Usually I send like the live stream so they can join, so at least they'll have an understanding.
Yeah.
But right now, if you look at the time frame, look at the 30-minute time frame. Look at my MetaTrader right now. Look at this candle. As long as we can keep pushing, there's a high chance that we can keep coming higher based off this 30-minute. But we're gonna see. As long as that TP2 gets hit, that's all I'm looking for right now. So I haven't made money off this position. I made like a small portion. So I took about I took less than 5% off the position because I'm still trying to hold the majority of the position higher so I can make up all that money. So right now we're just waiting. Ideally, price is probably going to come to this 1 hour order block or 34,500 before potentially having a reversal or just reaction. So as long as we can get another 60 pips, that's more than enough.
And I only got one position open.
That's all good, bro.
Hey, but I'm making money on it though. And like,
But right now, the 5-minute time frame I'm looking at looks like possibly getting ready for that drop at 9:30, considering it's about to be bearish. So you could potentially look to see what price does going into 9:30 now. We're probably gonna have a retracement after because we're losing momentum with these candles. You can see they're getting smaller, and now it's starting to form down. So ideally, probably get another re-entry when price comes down here, but we'll see. I'll think about getting another re-entry because I'm already break even. I made a small amount of profit, so I could potentially look to get into another position and scale back in. Same stop loss at my entry, targeting the same area. Because I'm already risk-free, so I can still risk that 1% I originally intended to use.
Makes sense. I didn't even think of it like that.
Because regardless if I lose that trade or not, I'll still be in a net profit. But we'll see. We gotta wait till 9:30, which is in about 5 minutes. Price could either just spike up, give me a TP2 and make me a happy guy, or it could have a retracement, which is not gonna be what I want to see. I at least want to take some profit off first.
hopefully I master US 30. Maybe one day I'll be in a Lambo.
Nah, you will be in a Lambo. As long as you believe in it, bro, you got it.
Hey, I already got 2 cars, alright?
Yeah, you
I need a Lambo.
Hey,
you gonna get it, bro.
I got
Just give us some
I got
time.
look at the whoopsie over here. I got
Oh yeah, I got a nice little Chevy too. Got myself a nice little Impala.
and that's my baby.
oh, hey.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah, you got the
baby
big
right
trucks.
Yep.
Yo, yeah, you say you from Texas. That's that Texas shit. You got them. You got a big body.
Hey, it's Texas edition too. You gotta come right.
Yeah, trucks are cool. I never really been a big fan. I like on the smaller cars.
You're gonna like trucks in Texas because that one gas is cheap.
So
Our gas is not that expensive.
main reason I want a truck is so I want to get a big ass truck with like lift it crazy, big body. So if I ever get into an accident, I'll be straight. I'm never gonna be hurt. I'm gonna be the one hurting them if anything. But shit, I'm not trying to hurt no one, but I gotta protect myself out here.
When I'm parked next to a fucking like a BMW or shit, the fucking hood of the cars is like by my tire because my tires are 37s. Them motherfuckers are huge, and so
Alright, we're getting this retracement now.
hopefully
Slowly.
I get my Lambo. That's my goal.
Bro, you'll get it. Don't even worry about it. Just give it time. Put enough time into what you need to do, and you'll be good.
Man, I don't even want to spend my profit money on Lambos, bro. I want pay my monthly bill.
Regardless how I pay for it, I'm getting that Lambo. If it
Hell
if it
yeah.
comes from the apartments, if it comes from trading, if it comes from my other businesses, regardless, I'm getting that Lambo.
You gotta have a Lambo, man. Hey, you know, as a forex trader, Lambo is like a self advert, like advert. Like, hey,
That's it.
every young, even your homies, everybody wanna know how you got it. Like,
It's good marketing too. Cause if I can
yeah,
market,
it's good marketing.
if I have a Lambo and I market that on my courses or mentorship, people are gonna buy it.
Yeah,
Simple. Because
that's how it is.
that's just how it
Look at that
is.
dude. Hey, look at that. You heard about Q Bangs? Look at that dude.
Q Banks, Anthony,
Yeah,
Daniel Savage, Lambo
Daniel
Raul,
Savage.
they all
People
got
don't care about
supercars.
what they're teaching. Hey, people don't care about what they're teaching. They really don't even teach much. They
Mm-hmm.
teach you basic support and resistance, but people are paying thousands for it.
Like
Why? Because of the Lambos.
the only person I know that doesn't like go over like stuff they own and is really rich is ICT.
Yeah,
He's like
I haven't heard
he
of him.
got real money. Like the biggest trade he said he lost in a day was like 3 million.
What the?
Mm-hmm. Like he makes a lot of money. He makes a lot of money.
Fuck.
Like
What is 1% though? Homie?
that's what I'm saying. If he also turned 5,000 to like 3 million in 6 months. So that tells you
Well,
something.
nah, that's a lot of money right there. I mean, when you know the market in and out, and
Yeah, you can make a lot of money when you have that knowledge. That's what I'm saying. Once you got that skill set down,
you yourself, you're knowledgeable about this.
yeah, sure,
What
I'll
is
be there.
those
I'll be there.
yeah, what is those points things that you were talking about in one of your videos?
Which
You
one?
know, you were talking about like when you were after you finished marking out your chart, like you pick the order blocks, you pick the some points. You said like 200, 800,
Oh, uh,
something like that.
my levels
Yes, I think so.
like
That was what
these.
it was called.
I think I have a video. I made a video on it. It's called Big Figure Levels. I made it last week, going over them. It's called Big Figure Levels.
I was yeah, but I didn't understand how you chose those numbers. I heard you say 800, 200,
Yeah, I use 800s,
0.
800s, 500s, 000, and 200. And that's just based off of back testing and understanding that here. I'll go to the chart and I'll just show you how well they respect this. Say I'll go to like the hour. Look at how well they respect all of these levels.
Okay.
The red ones are every 50 levels, and the black ones are the actual big figure. So 800, 500, 000. But everything in between is just small levels that price respects. But you can see whenever there's big moves, it tends to be from these darker levels. You can see down here,
Mm.
down here. So it's not by itself a strategy.
Market open.
It's just another way of looking at it, if you get what I mean. Another way of adding another form of support or resistance, if you want to say.
Hell yeah. Let's see what happens.
I'm just waiting. Price is like struggling. It looks like it probably wants to go down, but if it gets me that TP2 first, I'm gonna take my profits. Tripping. It looks like it's gonna get our TP2 before reversing though.
Yeah, it does go. It's going to TP2 right
Shit,
now.
you'd be surprised, man. You would be surprised. If I had a quarter for every time TP2 is never hit, I'd be rich.
Hey,
Cause like, look, now it's going back down. This should be playing, man. I just learned. I just gotta wait, man. I get tired of waiting for TP2. Right now, it's really struggling to move. It's 9:30. We don't have that much volume. Part of me just wants to take some of my partials here again, just in case we do reverse.
I only had one trade. I had to take my profit.
it's showing a little bearish.
Yeah, I know it's probably gonna be bearish. It's gonna come down probably to this order block, but I'm just trying to see if it's gonna go up or down first.
Patriots. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I'll sit through this with you.
Just waiting now. Come on, just TP2. That's all I need. Oh, maybe not.
Look.
See, this should be playing. It be playing.
She showed a little leg, bro. She showed a little leg.
All right, maybe now, maybe, or I don't know, maybe, possibly. Who knows? Here, I'm gonna pull my fib from the very high to the very low. I think that'll give it a better. It came close to this 38.20%. It could be using that as a form of support right now. Come on, just push it like, bro. It's not far. There we go. 10 pips. Come on. Oh, This is the game you're playing, huh? Today, you're asserting. See, I'm telling you, this shit don't be winning. It don't be winners.
This is where your heart rate be going up and down.
This is where I think about taking a trade off. There we go. Because I know TP2. There we go. Now I can take some partials. There. Now I'm not as scared.
Oh man.
There we go. Now you let the runner run. Now whatever happens from. Nah, it's all good, bro.
All off the table.
It's experience. That's a 1-2 trade. Regardless of what happened, you could take that same trade, that same experience you gained from this trade somewhere else.
I'm gonna just keep it in here.
See, look, TP. I took about 91 pips off that, and I'm break even, made my money, and I'm leaving a runner run.
I ain't even gonna lie. Like you can't the amount of pips you get in indices, you can't get it on
Bro,
any other.
that's why I haven't traded anything else in a year, bro. I can make what I need every single day. Even if it's a small move, I can get my parts in the market every single day. No doubt about it. I can't do that on currencies. It's possible, but the chance of it moving 90 pips in what? How long we been in this trade?
Like an hour and a
5,
half.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Like 50 minutes. 50 minutes I made a 1-2 trade. You know what I mean? And now look at us rejecting. See? Good TPs.
See, that's what I want to learn. You feel me? That's what I want to learn. I ain't even gonna lie.
What?
This is like being able to know, like, read price action like that, knowing all these levels.
Like all it comes down to, bro, is just experience. That's really, I'm telling you, bro, it's a lot of experience. Because the only way I know a lot of these things happen is because I sit here every single day and I see it happening. That's the only way I would ever learn. You could backtest, but backtest isn't the same as seeing it live every single day.
Yeah.
And that's just what it comes down to. Like I'm,
So like off, like I got a question to ask you, but off market hours, off trading hours, you don't like get like do or like one-on-ones or whatever.
now usually I don't even be on the charts after a certain time. Like after the morning, I go to the gym and I just where to do all that stuff. I don't even be on the charts after a certain time because I know what comes with it. If I'm looking at the charts for too long, it's just gonna make you want to get into trades and all that. So that's why I set a time aside in the morning every day, and this is like my trading time.
Bro, in the future, maybe we'll have to. I know for like right now, this is what we're doing, but maybe we can like. So look at that London push from that low. That's a. New York's trading within the whole London move.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I was thinking about like I get tired, bro. I work 8 to 10 hours a day, plus do this and then work out like my family. But like, fuck, I don't mind. Like if in the future, like you want to test something out, I wouldn't mind.
I'll try London one day.
London.
Yeah, one day.
Hey, bro, where you at? Where you at? I'm not talking about Andre. I'm talking about Martin.
Yeah, Martin.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, where you
bro,
at?
I live in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh shit, that's where my wife is from.
Y'all too close to each other.
So that's my wife is from Arizona. I like your driver's license though. That shit has 60 years expiration or whatever. Hey, but I wanna see like sometimes I know Andre is like market hours, but like off the chart, like off the record, like can you show me some stuff? Like you feel me? Like
Yeah, bro.
I like
Just let me know. Just message me on Telegram. I always ask. I probably won't personally like always hop on the computer all the time, but if you have questions and shit, just send me charts and yeah, I got you.
Yeah, cause I wanna be able to see these. Maybe what I would do is like I work probably if I have downtime or if my boys are doing something on the tanks, cause I'm a tanker, so you know the ammo tank. So like I'm on the tank, so whenever my boys are busy doing something on there, I'll probably like map out my chart like on US 30 and send it to you so you could review it for me and see me if tell me if I'm wrong in some part and stuff like that.
Yeah, just send it in the group chat and I got you, bro. Even if I don't do it, then someone will always reply. A lot of people are always active, and it's only getting bigger.
Yeah, I'm hell yeah. I see potential in that group chat, man.
Okay,
I really
because
see it.
when the concepts work, and I'm gonna keep it free. I ain't gonna be adding money to that. I could make my money off of other things. So I don't really be. What chart is this? Yeah. All this stuff just got on my chart. So I'm looking at it like, what the fuck? All these different things on my chart right now. Nah, see, this was a good little trade, Martin. You seen it play out beforehand. You seen me call it out beforehand. You seen me plan it out beforehand. I planned it out before even looking at the full charts. But like, see what I mean? Why I'm looking for certain setups to occur. So remember, Martin, when I was back testing with you yesterday? This is exactly what I did. When I back test, I'm looking to do the same exact thing. I'm looking to catch two different types of setups, and I'm waiting to see which one looks like it's more than likely going to happen based off of what London session did and what New York session is currently doing. And then you just wait.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I like that, man. You make it sound easy, bro, but there's a lot of like everything has to work in like what you call that confluence.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
make it seem easier because I've been doing it for so long. That's what it really is. Cause I don't be realizing what I be saying. I don't be realizing how in depth I be going into stuff, because for me it's like I've been going over it for months and months and months, and I'm just like this I learned, I've been learning this. And I just be expecting everyone else to learn, but that's why I be taking steps back sometimes.
Yeah, and like liquidity levels, like how do you know where those are?
It's just highs and lows. That's just what it is. Just highs and lows.
Stop losses or limit orders. There's people that have their stop losses above there, so like you know that there's people who are risking X amount of money. So when the market
Yeah.
moves, makers push the markets to go take that money that's lying up there, and then
Mhm.
push it all the way down to take even more money.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably make another video strictly on liquidity. I took another partial for 80 pips with my. I have a point zero 0.01. I'm just gonna let that run. If it gets stopped out, it gets stopped out. Just let it keep running.
Well, it hasn't gone up to that 34 450 range where you have that eye up on the top
Yeah,
of
it
it.
still has a lot of potential. Cause I was just look at the 4 hour. This is the 4 hour. We got in when it retested that breaker right here. So there's still a good potential for price to at least come. Potentially says 4 hour order block if it's gonna stay bullish. And if not, it keeps going lower, then we know that we got this 4 hour order block at 34 200, which it could come to. And then like I said, that could play a part with our daily bias. Remember how we were bearish?
Mhm.
We had this push up, we were able to make our move, Martin. Like I said, we made our move in between this. Now price could likely come back down here. Because remember how I said when it rejects this 38.20%, it likely isn't a long-term move. So price came down, came to that 38.25 20%, push lower, coming up for a small move. Now it's potentially going to keep going lower. That's what I'm thinking. But we'll see. I'm not going to be looking at the charts after much longer anyway. I'm just trying to see. Oh, yeah, this is starting to reject now. But yeah, we were able to make our move. 1 to 2 trade. Now we're rejecting. Let's see. Nice little simple trade. Nice, John. Successful day. Successful. And it's still.
Yeah, I gotta go back to the video on how you showed how like you were mapping out your chart.
Go back to the beginning of the video. Like, you don't even got, since you were here majority of the time, just go to the very beginning when you weren't here, and you'll see me like
Yeah.
plan out this trade beforehand.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch all that stuff again and
And
see what's
if you
up.
have questions, just let me know.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, man.
Always. But yeah, it's about 9:40 now. We're already done for the day. Just if you have a runner in this trade, I think I'm the only one with a runner, but I'm gonna just let it run. It's probably gonna get stopped out, but you never know. It could, if it was to keep on going, potential 300 pips on a 0.01 is $300. So them runners can do numbers. But now I'm gonna end the live stream and I'm gonna end the little session here, and I'll be back again tomorrow morning so for us to get
All right,
active.
but hell yeah.
Hopefully,
Let me go get ready for work.
hopefully y'all learn something. I'll talk to y'all boys tomorrow.
All right, take
Yep.
it easy.
Now y'all be
I'm gonna go do my assignment right now. All right, yo.
time to get to
Have a good
work.
day.
Time to get to work. All right, y'all boys be safe.
All right, for sure.
Nah, guys, we just caught out this nice little live trade. I caught about on my biggest position I took profit on about 90, no, 104 pips.